this video, you're gonna understand the thumbnail and why I just called myself that, right? So, just to make an announcement, I made a very, very, very big accomplishment. I accomplished something great in my life again, right? Somebody wants to buy one of my songs. I'm not gonna say which one. I'm not gonna say for how much, and they want to do a 40-60 split for them to make TikToks on my song, not on my song, but using my song, and hopefully it's gonna go up. And when all the details gets worked out and everything gets, officialized, and we sign all the documents, and I make certain purchases and I do certain things, I will let you know. I'm gonna keep you updated. I'm gonna keep you posted. I'm gonna turn my hat so you can see the whole picture because I love this picture. But anyways, look, peep this though. So how can we make America great again? The greatest that it can be. I had a dream. I had a dream last night. I'm gonna break it down, right? So I went to sleep because I was sleepy. Boom. And in this dream, I was Googling on my phone, what are some things that I can do, some events that I can go to in Los Angeles, California, because that's where I live, unfortunately. Send prayers, y'all, send prayers. It's expensive. All these women are bougie. They look like they want to do something that they don't want to do, but I know they want to do it because look at me. But I had a dream that I was Googling something to do in LA. And I go to this event. It's kind of a good mix of laid back. It's a good mix of, kind of cracking because it was females in there. It was weird looking dudes in there. And a white woman walked up with me with blue hair, blue and blonde hair. And she took me to this table. And it was a well lit area. Kind of looked like a cafeteria, but it was still lit. And she told me that there was a beer machine, a beer dispenser machine that you could put your money into. You got to scan your ID and they'll give you some beer. And you just pay for it with your ATM card, tap your card. She asked me to get her a Bud Light, and then I was going to get myself a Budweiser. So, whatever the case may be, I go to this event, I go to the machine, couldn't figure it out. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, unknown user? What up, Jay? I go to this machine, right? And then couldn't figure it out. They took my money and I end up losing something there, whatever the case may be. Somebody, one of the black homies, helped me figure this machine out, right? I guess I ended up getting drunk because I didn't remember the rest of the dream. I went back to the crib, went to sleep in the dream, and I woke up the next day and I went back to the same spot. Now, when I got there, it was connected to this little outside area, and I went to the next building and I asked them, like, yeah, I came here last night, but I ended up losing something, and they took my money. The thing wouldn't dispense the beer. And this dude was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get somebody to help you. And this fine ass woman came out. I'm doing all right. This fine ass woman, she had big ass, she had some knockers. She had a little, she was very curvaceous, her hips was looking cool. She had a little camel toe. And then we were chopping it up, and she grabbed the pillow. I remember the couch. The couch was like a beige couch with some navy pillows. She grabbed, it's all gonna make sense. Just be patient. She grabbed the pillow. She was acting all flirtatious. And you already know me. I took her hand and I put it on my wood. And she was like, oh my God. And then I unzipped, I prepared myself to, to receive some fellatio from this woman. And she asked me in the dream, do you have medical insurance? And I said, yeah, why? And she was like, do you have the information? Do you have the card? And I was like, yeah. And then I gave her the card. She took the card to the desk, put the information in. She printed it out, and she was like, "This is for you. This is your receipt. You need to keep this." And I was like, "What did you just do?" And she was like, "You wanna smash, right?" And she had a European accent. It was crazy. And she was tan with black hair. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And she was like, well, at this vicinity, what we do is we give men pleasure and we charge it to your medical insurance card and it's not gonna cost you a dime. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, you never heard of that? And I was like, no, I never heard of that. And she was like, yeah, that's the way of the future. And she was like, okay. She took my thing out. She was playing with it. And she was like, I have to get my little sheet. When she said the little sheet, she meant condom. Because I don't know where she was from, Switzerland or Poland, whatever. She had a European accent. So she gets the little rubber, puts it in her mouth, slides it on my thing. And we end up, going the distance. I hit a home run in my dream. And I woke up and I was like, that's actually genius. I think to make America great again, I think we need to be able to give men therapy. We need to give them penile therapy because how many situations have you been in where you did something stupid, you did something emotional, you did something out of anger, and all that, and look at all these people that do all these weird, horrible, nasty things to society to people who don't deserve it. They just need to be able to get some pleasure. They need to be able to scratch their itch. They need to be able to get some scans. And I think that that should be offered. I think that number one, you need to go to a therapist. You need to have, first of all, you cannot be on Medicare. You have to have a good job, a decent job where you know, they offer therapy. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called like MTOs or something like that. But you need to be having a insurance that's paid for or insurance through your job. And you go to a therapist, you take a couple sessions, and they're like, all right, you obviously need some loving, bro. And they write you a prescription. Well, how much do you think I should get, Dr. Martin Luther Moses? You should probably, I would say, just looking at these symptoms, bro, you definitely need to be with a woman. So with all the combination of these symptoms, I would say you probably need maybe you need to be able to visit that facility once a month, and you'll be straight. Your depression is gonna be, it's gonna lower your anxiety. You're gonna build more confidence. We need to have prescription pussy out this mother. Like, bro, all these taxes that we pay, all these women that are jobless, all these men that are that are deprived and involuntarily celibate, and all these men that aren't getting any from their wives or their girlfriends, and all these men that just don't have the time to be able to do that. Now, okay, so you have to be under a certain tax bracket. So if you make more than 80 bands, you don't get this. You don't get this benefit. Make sure you like this video. But if you make under 80,000 and you have decent health insurance, I think you should be able to get some prescription pussy. I think it should be prescribed for you to have intercourse with a woman. That's the only way. What is that going to do, Aaron Moses? Well, let me tell you, because I thought about this all day. What that's going to do is, number one, that's going to boost the economy. Why? Because it's going to inspire men to not be bums, especially the men that are watching too much corn, the men that are depressed, stressed, looking a mess, and anxious, the men that don't have any motivation because they know it doesn't matter how much money I get because I'm still going to have to either pay for it or I'm not going to get it at all. And I don't want to pay for it or get it at all. So let me medicate myself with this weed or pop these ills or do whatever dudes do when they don't have access to a woman. So I think, number one, that's going to inspire people to get jobs. What that is going to do is going to inspire people to create jobs, right? And then the second biggest, so the three biggest um, determiners of America's economy is number one, education. If we don't have an educated nation, then where's the money going to come from? So a whole bunch of stupid ass people. Number one is education. Number two is the medical field. Number three is real estate, I believe. And it might be in a different order. It might be medical field first, education second. That's going to stimulate the biggest medical, that's going to stimulate the biggest, or at least one of the top three biggest aspects of the American economy, which means we're going to have more money to pay doctors and nurses and scientists, and we're going to be able to come up with all kind of ill, um, different kind of medical advances. We're going to be able to make new medicine. We're going to be able to learn how to reverse cancer better. We're going to be able to cure asthma. There's no cure for asthma. We're going to be able to, have over the counter all kind of stuff. Our medical field is just going to boost. Number two, that's going to give more money to more women. And who spends the most money in this country? Women. Because they want to, and because they have to, and because they don't have a strong man to tell them, no, don't buy that. That's dumb. And then what that's gonna do is that's gonna boost the confidence. That's gonna boost. That's gonna make people live longer. People are gonna be less violent towards women and towards men, towards each other. There's gonna be less crime overall. People are not gonna need to steal because they don't have to spend money on women. All these crimes, a lot of crimes that we commit as men, it boils down to having to get a woman because you're a man and that's what you're built for. Now, I didn't really consider, now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't really consider what that would mean for the LGBT community. Should we pay men therapists to be able to service I'm gonna call them intercourse therapists? Should we be able to, whatever you want, whatever, as long as it's, do you want a man or do you want a woman? We don't have, that's all we have, sir. We don't sell, I'm not trying to sell Chinese food and pizza in the same restaurant. I know you like to put, you know, orange chicken on your pizza, but we can't do all of that, bro. We have this. Do you want Adam or Eve? Anything else? You got to go on the street and find that. I'm not trying to discriminate. I'm just saying that just complicates things a little bit more. But well, they have all the resources. They could figure it out in this plan. But it would lower crime. It would stimulate the economy, and it would make America. It would make men just overall more happy. Men would stop harming themselves so much due to committing and well, I could just without jumping off of bridges. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Yin Yang? What's up, awesome high games? It would stop men from jumping off of bridges, putting all these illegal substances in their body, putting all this poison in their body. It would make people, because a lot. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. A lot of people don't. A lot of niggas don't. And when I say niggas, I mean men. A lot of men don't take care of their children because they're frustrated and they're out there trying to replace their baby mama or get a new girlfriend. And if you take away the need to do that, more men would take care of their children. Less women would have to be on welfare and depend on the government because their baby daddy, the father of their children, would be more willing to take care of their child, spend more time and resources on them because they're not spending all their time chasing females. It would just it would solve all the problems in the community of men that we have in America. It would solve a lot of problems in the community of females in the community in America. I think it would just be better all around for us to be able to have prescription pussy. Like, why would you not want to do that? Why do you look? The thing about it is, oh, and then I was talking to this point. You have to get a physical or a checkup before they prescribe you this female, right? And if you're like 300 pounds, they'll have to say, oh, Mr. Johnson, you need to lose 100 pounds in by July, or we can't prescribe you this form of therapy. It was July, nigga. It's June. You gotta get on it today, bro. You gotta lose 3 pounds and a half to before you get this prescription filled because your heart is just not gonna be able to handle, you know, Katarina back there. So you need to get that. You got to figure it out, bro. And then it will make men wanna lose weight and gain muscle and just be great again, bro. First of all, you gotta have a job. Secondly, your BMI can't be too high. And thirdly, what else? So you gotta have a job, you gotta be productive, so you have to earn this. You gotta go to therapy, and you have to be physically healthy enough to do this. And the people who can't, and they're gonna stay frustrated and they're not gonna be able to get this prescription, they're just gonna go back to they're gonna get weeded out while everybody else is happy. And what'd you do this weekend? Man, I went to the doctor. Oh man, what was wrong? No, I went to the other doctor, you feel me? Yeah. And then you could be able to pick her up. Man, now I thought about this. What would this do to the game, to the part of the world where people are living independently and choose to live independently off of men's lusts and desires? As far as strip clubs, I don't think men will need to go to strip clubs as much because they'll be actually physically being. Well, husbands go to strip clubs every day. I don't know why. I've been to one once, and it made me feel like a loser. But as far as the women, the working women that take their chances walking on the blade, everybody on fig, they're trying to do it big. I don't think. I think that will alter a lot of things because the P's, they don't like to pay taxes on their money, which I don't think these women should have to pay taxes. They don't have to pay taxes on their money, and they don't like to split their money with anybody. So the P's will have to pee even harder. The P's will have to put in more work. They will have to step their game up, right? But a lot of Johns, a lot of the tricks, they like the aspect of it being against the law and there being some danger involved in it. I'll give you an example. When people, it was certain states. I don't want to say every state, but certain states, bro, they made weed legal, and less people were smoking it because they were like, oh damn, this is a part of my persona, being a bad boy or being edgy. So that might happen, but I mean, everybody. No, number one, everybody doesn't have health insurance, or the people that, like I said, if you make 80,000 or more, you should have to pay maybe a tax on this because you can afford to get a woman. You just refuse to work on yourself and be a better person and have normal people's social skills, or you think you're just too important to chase a woman or actually pursue what you want out of a female. So yes, you should have to pay taxes or pay something with your health insurance. I'm not saying pay the whole fee, but it shouldn't be free if you make double than me. So I think that would be a great solution to all the depression and anxiety and the low testosterone, because niggas are gonna be trying to keep their bodies right so they don't gain too much weight or lose too much weight, and they don't want to waste their prescription. They want to be able to enjoy themselves inside that woman's body. So I think that would be nah. You gotta watch it from the beginning. I wasn't paying attention to the comments, but um yeah, you gotta watch it all the way from the beginning, bro. But at the end of the day, make sure you like this video. At the end of the day, I think that would solve. I think to be honest with you, if you're involuntary celibate, right, that's a mental health. You have some form of mental health issue. Just like 1 out of 4 people who smoke cigarettes have mental health issues. If you're a man and you want something and you can't get it and it's free, you have mental health. You have some, whether it be depression, whether you're 2 seconds away from being considered on the spectrum because you socialize that little, like me, whether you have some kind of addiction to substances. So we could do that. Hey, I'm not gonna write you this prescription if you're addicted to substances. So the only way that you'll be able to get this prescription is if you're in-house rehab, or if you're going to outhouse rehab, uh, at least 3 days a week or 4 days, or you could show me that you've been going to AA for 3 or 4 days a week with a witness. Like things like that, we could manipulate. We could maneuver. I'm gonna just use the word. We could manipulate society so cold to be better. The only thing, of course, I'm not gonna tell you, okay, well, if I write you this prescription, you gotta take another prescription. You gotta take some anti this, or you gotta take some anti that, or you gotta take this. You have to take this prescription that's gonna alter your brain chemistry. No. This is a totally holistic thing. This man said he just broke up with his girlfriend. He hasn't touched a woman or seen a titty in 3 months. Give that man some prescription pussy, man. What's wrong with you? He needs loving. He needs a woman. Just don't put a bun in the oven. Excuse me. So I think that's the first thing. If you elect me for president, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make, I'm gonna make, I'm gonna make possession of fentanyl an automatic life sentence, even a gram. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. The second thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the borders for the Mexicans and say that they could come over here for at least 5 years. And if they're not making $80,000 in 5 years, you gotta go back. That's enough time. You cannot work at you can't come to America and work at McDonald's. I don't want you to waste your time. There's much better things you could be doing. So make your little money in 5 years. Hey, if you don't want to make $80,000, you could leave. But anyways, I was just playing. But and then I will make the prescription pussy, man. I will open up the borders for the Mexicans so you come over here. You don't gotta make 80. Try to make at least 50. Damn. 50. And then you gotta be over 35 to run for president? Damn. So she lied to me. So that's why I don't trust y'all, bro. She said I could be president if I wanted. Right now. Fucking liar. But anyways, and I will make black people not have to pay income taxes or sales taxes. You just got to remember to bring your black card. That's out. That's the least they could do. But it is what it is. It's not what it's not. These edibles are still starting to kick in, and I don't like it. And I want to smoke a cigarette. I knew I shouldn't have ate them hoes. I'm supposed to clean up today. But yeah, and I forgot to monetize this video, so I'm gonna end it so I can get money for at least the playback. This was a great video. It's another classic. Just putting out these classics. I know I've been putting out them whack ass reactions. Hey, it's all a part of God's plan. Don't you worry, none. All right. I think I already said it. It is, but I just like to say it, so I'm gonna say it again. Make sure you like this video. It is what it is. It's not what it's not. It's Aaron Moses. I'm the band, you the band. We the band together, man. Life's in the breath. Breathe it in. Hey, watch the playback, and you'll know everything I'm talking about. But yeah, peace. Be safe. Oh, happy Halloween tomorrow.